So them foreclosures a little bit different down south, huh?
They're way different. Welcome, transaction engineers. God bless y'all. I'm here with my brother Chris Monroe from STL. Chris been in the game for several years now and very successful at what he does. And he does the whole business. So I would say Chris is a transaction engineer also. And you got to wear multiple hats in this business. You don't want to just focus on one income. You want to focus on multiple transactions. That's how you do more deals. It's multiple income streams within this business. Would you agree, Chris?
I agree 1,000%. And I want to say thank you, Mr. Transaction Engineer, for putting me on your platform to talk to the people, because, you know, you have to be a transaction engineer these days. If you're not, you're letting deals go by that you probably could have took down or structured something where you could have, either bought the house or property yourself, assigned it, do something other than just one trick pony. I mean, is it a bad thing to be a one trick pony? Is that a bad thing though, just to be a one trick pony? I mean, wouldn't you just miss out?
After doing this for 19 years, yes. That's a bad move. Because you never know what may come through, man. We have all kind of deals coming through. Like we got some short sales going, some subject tools going right now, some wholesales, deals on houses and land. Like we got multiple things going on. So we ain't just focus on, like if you got a set of wholesaling eyes, then if it don't meet 70% minus repairs, then you don't have a deal. But you can have this motivated seller that you just talked to. Yeah, he has 20% or 30% equity, but guess what? His payments are 2 to 3%. He behind on payments. He need a couple grand to get on to his next part of his life, and he could sell it to you subject to. You just missed all of that because you can't see with nothing but your wholesaling eyes.
But think about it like this. I mean, if you were to not take this deal any kind of creative way, wouldn't that be kind of just not, you're not helping the society. You wouldn't be helping the customer at that point. If you only look at it from wholesaler eyes, or you're only looking at it from you're a real estate agent, I want to get the listing, or you're only looking at I only know how to do short sales only. I mean, wouldn't that kind of limit a person from the deals that they would really get to do?
Oh my God. Big time. Big time. Oh my God, man. If you looking from that perspective, like you're doing a disservice to your clients.
Yeah.
If you can only help them by just listing the property and you're an agent, but you don't know how to do short sales or any creative deals, because agents have creative financing forms also that when we send them over offers, they never even knew they had the forms. So you're doing your clients a disservice if you don't know all these multiple strategies. Everybody, you're a real estate investor or agent, you're doing your clients a disservice by not being a transaction engineer, which means being able to see deals from multiple angles and be able to take them down no matter what. If they motivated, you got a deal for them.
Now, let me ask you this. If in the event that somebody does want to sell, they're motivated, they don't meet the criteria for traditional wholesale, and you don't know how to do creative strategies, what should someone do then if they don't understand some of the strategies that they should know?
You got to get some help. You definitely got to get a coach. I'm a coach. My brother Chris is a coach. And we've been coached several times. Oh my God, I done paid for 4 or 5 coaches throughout my 19-year run. So if you want that information, man, you gotta get the coaching because you get there faster. We done been through a lot of mistakes. I done made a lot of them. Still making some, but that's few, not a lot. But that's what happens when you go out there and take action. You can't be scared, man. If you be, stuff happens. What they say, stuff happens.
But what about the people that want to be cheap? They say they want to get the free lunch or they want to get it for the low. I mean, what about those people? I mean, how are they going to get ahead if they don't want to pay nothing? They want to get it for free.
It's going to take them forever. It's going to take them forever. You could get there, but instead of taking you a couple of months, or a year time to get where you want to get to, you just try to wing it, and you keep making a lot of mistakes. Like my mentors all said, you're gonna pay for it up front by investing in your education, or you're gonna pay for it through mistakes. And the mistakes are much expensive. They're more expensive than the coaching.
For sure, yeah. Because I mean, it's opportunities passing you by. You don't even know it's an opportunity because I don't meet this criteria. I'm gonna throw that away. That's nothing, and those be the best deals. Now, in my experience, Eddie, I've looked at many deals, right?
Right.
And I figured that the creative deals are actually easier than a wholesale deal. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, I love creative finance. Love them. Because you could take some of them over and do a light renovation and sell them. Like I'm finna do this one I have now. We got one now, Chris. Subject to, right? The numbers are kind of tight. I was just talking to my brother Chris about this one. I wouldn't say kind of tight. We'll be in at about 510. It's worth like 580. So, and they got a pool in the backyard. And I really don't want to deal with talking to Chris and masterminding with Chris. That's why you got to talk to like-minded individuals. I'm telling you, them fools that you're hanging with, let me tell you, cut them off. That's the best thing you could do for yourself. I had to do it, man. You got to shed friends and get new friends, or else you're going to be like them stupid ones, going nowhere fast.
But what if it's family members? What if it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other? What about those people?
Shit, you better run for it, run for it, run.
Say no shame in the game, huh?
Man, sometimes significant others, you just got to be strong and try to weather the storm if you really love them, but keep yourself positive no matter what. But a lot of people try to hold you down, man, because they don't have that vision you got. But God gave that vision to you, not them. So of course they can't see it. I had to learn that growing up, going through life. That ain't their vision, so they can't see it like you. You're gonna have a couple of people that can see it in you, but that's your vision. So you got to go get your stuff. Go get whatever God put in your heart to do. Like I say, real estate don't have to be your passion, but let it fund your passion. You can make nice checks, work from home, and fund your own business. Shoot, but you got to go to work now. You can't be sitting playing, looking at Instagram all day, on YouTube all day, binge watching shows, and think you're gonna come up. No, you got to go get it, baby.
It's not like you preaching to somebody now. Somebody gonna feel that. You say playing and scrolling on the phone when they should be out here trying to buy somebody's home. Ooh.
Yeah, man, we see motivated sellers every day. How your market up there, STL?
Well, it's really been picking up. I feel like because it seems like it's more auctions. I mean, this pre-foreclosure thing it's been picking up a lot for some reason. I guess it's because it's after the pandemic, after the moratorium, and I've been getting people with 3-4 years of non-making payments. How do you make 3 or 4 years of no payments and just live up in the house and act like everybody still owe you? But that's a whole nother story. But that's what I've been coming across.
Yep, those forbearances have expired.
Yeah, forbearance gone. It's out, but they just been living in the house, ain't made a payment 3-4 years and just still acting like it's all good.
All good, and want about 50,000 in the pocket.
Yeah, I need 50K to move. Damn, you just live for 4 years for free. Can I live
free.
up there for free?
So the one we talking to in your hometown, I hope my student Sharice chime in. Let me see. She had one up there in your town, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Let me see.
Because I love those creative deals. It just
so the guy wants. Let me see. I got the numbers right here. Did you run your comps on it?
No, not yet.
Okay, the reinstatement amount is 6362.75. Now, y'all, we talking about this is a property that's in pre-foreclosure. The guy wants to sell the property. It's up in St. Louis. One of my students deals, Sharice. I hope she chimes in. She's supposed to chime in a little later. And she want to wholesale it. She want to wholesale it to somebody in town because she doesn't stay up there. But here's the number. So it's 6362.75 behind. $6,362, 75% behind. His payoff is $135,000. taxes are not due to 2023 November. So he have the taxes separate, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably in
likely.
escrow.
Yeah. Anything else? Mortgage payment 1,241.38.
That's high.
Then he want 4K. 4K in cash, and he want to stay to the end of April.
He want what up? Do he want a foot rub with that? My man want it all.
And a massage.
Damn.
Man, oh my God. What's your take on that, Chris?
Well, a lot of
Would you leave
things, and
him
this
in?
comes back to the topic of what we got, the top, 10 tips for being a good real estate investor. I think, at some point, he's going to have to be sat down and have a coming to God talk. He just got to really come back and say, what's really going on? I mean, do he really need 4K or do he need movers? Because you might, a lot of people see numbers as yes, a number. Do we just need that for his pocket or that's to put into his thing? I'd rather make sure that money that he need is something to get him out that house for one. Because, that's always going to be an issue. Getting a person, not always, but it can become an issue getting a person out of a house.
Yeah, in his situation, it's an issue.
Yeah, so I want to make sure that 4K is going to get him out the house. So if it's for movers, hey, I got the movers. Hey, you need a deposit in the place? I'll go drop the deposit off for you. That's kind of how we try to structure it, where we make sure they're getting up out of the house, not going smoking it up and doing that thing that people love to do.
Yeah, mess up the money, then say, "Oh my God, listen, I can't move.
I smoked it up.
I'm sorry. I did it 30 days."
Yeah,
man, that's why we got that. I got to send you that agreement too. That we got an occupancy agreement, y'all, which says, and he want to stay too long and want to close and get the money.
Why you want to stay so long? See, that's the other thing. See, anytime they say anything, why do you want to stay so long, Mr. Seller? What made you say April? What's the date for that?
Well, he said his place won't be ready until April.
Okay. Well, that's probably doable. I mean, it just depends on the situation. Is he working?
But then he's not talking about making the next 2 payments.
He wants to make the next 2 payments.
No.
He don't want to make no more payments.
No more payments.
But he wants you to give him 4K and then another 2,400 in payments toward his bank. Actually, let's make it 2,500 because you said 1241.38. We're gonna round it up to 1250. So that's 2,500 in payments plus 4K in his pocket. I don't know about that. We got to dig down, and that's the thing that's another tip. Successful tip for being a successful real estate investor. People should ask more powerful and more potent questions. Would you agree with that?
Yes, totally.
Because there's a reason for everything, no matter what they say. Oh, I got to be out to April. Okay, why is that?
Why?
Oh, because my apartment done. Okay, great. What's the 4K for? What do you need 4K for? Boom. And break it down, because it might not really be that. It could be that. It could be more. We don't know. But I like to really dissect that stuff and get down to make sure we're truly helping him get on to his next place, next destination, and do some bigger and better things.
Right. And the rehab doesn't look, not rehab, but the property look like it may need paint, interior paint. But now what concerns me also, that payment looks high. I don't know.
Payment is very high.
From my research, I only saw you can get about 1,300 over there max.
Yes, that's correct.
So I'm like, shoot.
I have like 4 in this area. So yeah, that's true.
Now, he's only $6,000 behind. If you take it over 72, what kind of down payment you think you can get?
Well, in the area there, and that's how many bedrooms is that? 3 or 4?
It's 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, I think.
It's gonna be tight. I mean, the only good thing for him is it's coming up in the springtime, so we might get a bigger bump than normal. Anywhere from 7 to 10, if the house doesn't need a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But 7, and that's what I will require before I hand the keys over to somebody.
Now he's only had the property, I think, 3 years.
Now let me ask you this: do you know if he is working or making income right now?
Yeah, he's working.
So has it ever been looked at to try to see if we can do a loan modification of some type to put those arrears on the back of the loan so nobody have to pay that?
I bet he haven't.
Because I mean that would be a better option and then give them 4K. Then giving them 4K is no brainer. Here, boom, wow.
Right.
Why I want to be 10, 12, $13,000 deep with closing costs to get into this property.
And that's a golden nugget, y'all. If you got a seller that's behind on payments, if they haven't done one in the past couple of years, they can go in and do a modification. You most likely, I'm gonna tell you what, you gotta assist them because most of them are not gonna be disciplined enough to do it. So you're gonna have to call in the you're gonna have to get an authorization first with the bank, see what they want, send it to them, and baby step them through the process. I'm telling you, man, that's how you get it done. That's a golden nugget. Y'all better write that down now. That's how you get rid of that 50,000, that 100,000 in arrears, or that 5,000 in arrears. If a homeowner haven't done a modification in the past couple of years, the bank will allow them to do one. Why? Why would a bank do that? They don't give a crap. They never want you to pay it off. Free money, you residual income. They want you to keep paying in the system. Shit, we'll modify to the end of it.
Yes.
I had a mortgage mean more. What it mean in Spanish? Dang, I forgot. Lifetime or something like that.
Until death. No.
Until death. I'm telling you, it's something like that. I gotta write that down, man. Next time. But it means, man, that you never get out of it. You pay on this house. You get a house for 100 grand. You keep it for 30 years. You done pay 300,000. Most of it interest.
Oh
man, so why would they want to kill? Why would they want to kill the golden goose that keep laying the golden eggs? Shoot, never. Come on. You want another modification? Come on there, baby. Come on there. We'll stand it another 10 years. We'll stand it another 15 years. Man, your kids will be paying on that house.
I had a house like that during the pandemic where, through the forbearance programs and all of that stuff, right? They sent back a letter and offered to extend the loan out to 40 years. Yeah. I was like, damn. They just want to keep you in there forever, just like you just got through saying.
You got to think about it. Chase and all these big boys, man. They bosses. Let's get a long story short. You'll never see them, man. They somewhere, ain't no telling. But they got hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of loans that are producing money every single month, y'all. It's a business for them. They don't give a crap about that house. They just want you to sign on the dotted line
and make them damn payments.
Send this video to some real estate people out there. Y'all know out there, guys that need it. We finna bless some people tonight.
Woo,
man.
So that's the name of the game. I mean, and there's other programs and things that people don't even know about. So not only can they do a loan modification, they can do another program they have with FHA where they can put a silent second on the loan and don't even have to pay it off until the first is paid off. People don't even know that stuff exists. How do I know? Because I bought a house like that and I didn't even know it was there. I was like, what you talking about? A silent second? It's a little $15,000 that's sitting on a second and I don't got to do nothing with it until we cash out that first.
Yep.
And it's just sitting there silent.
Guys, it's so many ways. See, that's why you got to be a transaction engineer. Like me and my boy Chris. Follow Chris. Chris, how they can find you, Chris?
Chris Monroe STL on all social media. That's Snapchat, that's Twitter, that's Instagram, that's Facebook, that's YouTube, that's TikTok, that's Clubhouse. You know we be on that Clubhouse. Chris Monroe STL.
You dig it. Man.
Yeah, this stuff is serious, man. When you start digging into these situations, digging into looking at these loans, how they just do this stuff, how they just, when you get in and understand how the banks operate, when you understand how these trustees for the auctions, how they operate, you have a direct line to them. You can get stuff done quicker. It's all kind of little stuff. I mean, how does having the right network help you out in your transactions, Mr. Transaction Engineer?
Oh, my God, man. That's priceless. That's priceless. I would tell you, especially during 2008, during the last crash, right? We still do short sales now, but between 2008 and about 2012 or 13, we did close to 350, 400 short sales.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wish, y'all learn from my mistakes. Keep half of them at least. We was getting property, man, 20, 30 cents on the dollar, Chris. When I look them doggone properties up now, I'd be like to throw up. I kept a couple of them. I had a little cent, but I would have kept half of those. Man, I looked at two of them. I saw it was 600,000. I could have sold them for now. Just them two properties. And we did about 350. But if you don't have no mentor, none of my mentors were like, Eddie, keep some of them houses and hold on to them. Man, we was wholesaling them. As soon as we got them, boom, we were wholesaling them to out-of-town buyers, the hedge fund buyers, all of them was snatching them up.
Hotcakes.
Like hotcakes. So hold on to them properties when you can get them real low in good areas, good school district. Y'all do not sell them. Put any questions in the chat and we're gonna get to it. Man, what we was on? I totally forgot what I was talking about.
And that's powerful. You know, find a way to stay in the deal. That's the transaction engineering part of all of this. Right. Finding a way to stay in the deal, not try to get out of the deal. How can I make myself stay in this deal? That's the question we should be asking.
Unless it's a deal that you just don't really want. You can make a check on it. It's a bad area in the war zone. You got to put your bulletproof vest on to go out there, sell those. Unless you good in that area now. But I don't want the headaches. I'd have been there, done that.
You know it.
No war zone.
No war zones.
And one thing for sure too, y'all, you want to make it a win-win situation for everybody involved. It can't be like this deal we're talking about. Just talking with Chris about this deal. The seller the only one winning unless they participate and get that mod done. He the only one gonna win out of this deal. He want to stay in the house, get a massage, get a foot rub, get a check.
They want too much.
And walk away scot-free. Nah,
doing too much.
You gotta put in some work, bro.
That's the name of the game. You gotta, like I say, sometimes you gotta just let them know, hey, you're trying to get too much. And you have to sometimes sprinkle in the bad thing. So, Mr. Seller, if you're not able to sell it, I mean, what do you plan on doing? Oh, I'm gonna let the bank take it. Oh, no, you're not. Now, if you let the bank take it, you get nothing. You let me take it, we can get you a couple, something. Can't make no promise on that thing you asking for because you're asking for too much.
Too much
for the situation. But every case is different. You never really know. Sometimes you just have to get in and like I say, really understand their problem, really look at what they're really trying to do and find a way to help them do it. That's really the big way.
It's about solving the problem. That's why you got to ask them deep questions. The deep questions and ask them why. Well, why you want to stay in the house that long? Well, why you need the $4,000? Well, why you haven't been making the payments?
Because he might qualify for a short sale. If he's had a hardship or something with a situation, he might qualify for a short sale and don't even know it.
And a short sale is basically you just negotiating on the debt. They owe $150. You talking to the bank, negotiating, trying to get them down as low as possible for $75, $80. It depends on the market and the condition of the house. But you trying to get them down as low as possible, buy it and turn around and flip it. With that short sale, you got 30 days to pay it off. 30 days to pay it off. You can't.
So what about when people think they're going to wholesale or assign the contract on a short sale? Can they do that?
Yes, all the time. You can assign the contract all the time on a subject to or a short sale. Oh, the short sale?
On a short sale, yeah.
No, you can't assign those. You got to do a double closing. And some of the banks now, that's why we slowed down a lot. Some of these banks on the short sale, they say, well, you got to buy the property and hold it 30 days. Well, we were so used to buying it. By the time we got the approval letter, man, we got it sold a week or two later. So it caught on like Wi-Fi, like wholesaling is now. It caught on like Wi-Fi, and then the bank's like, how the heck they just make 20 grand and 30 grand and 40 grand? And we thought the house was worth this. They felt like tricked. By the time they found out what was going on, man, it was like we were 3-4 years in, tearing them up. Woo. But then they put a stipulation. Man, some of the banks say after 30 days, you can only resell it for 10% profit, 15% profit. So they took the fun out of it. Then
do you know which banks are apt to do something like that, or is it pretty much all of them across the board?
It just depends on the bank. The big banks had all the stipulations. Bank of America, Chase Bank, Used to be WAMU. Old WAMU.
Washington Mutual.
Yep. Washington Mutual. They now Chase. All the big boys, but the little smaller banks and stuff like that, you usually can get away with it.
Yeah, we're working a short sale now with US Bank. We're going to see what happens with them. They canceled an auction immediately when I sent my purchase and sales agreement over in proof of funds. So they were ready to say, all right, we'll take it. But that's when we found out the guy really owed much more than what we thought. They threw an extra $51,000 in junk fees on top of this man's balance.
All the time, man. It's the one I was telling you about. We getting he owed 500,000 where he said he owed 420. By the time we got it, it's 500,000, but it's worth 580. So they got that pool in the back, man. I think I'm gonna sell it.
But why? You don't like the pool? You don't like to take a dip this summer?
I would love to jump in that pool before I sell it. We were talking about connection, how good the connection was. I got on the short sale because during that time frame, we was working like 3 counties real hard. And so I used to save all the BPO agents' number in my phone. Oh my God, man, that was so sweet. As soon as I pull up, they know me, I know them. Like, Eddie, what number you want? Oh my God, it was so beautiful.
So for people that may not know, what is a BPO?
That's a broker's price opinion. So the bank will send a realtor out to the property and take pictures, and they got to do a lot of work. I didn't know that, but they got to do a lot of work and put it in the system like a real appraisal. Take pictures and stuff and send it into the bank and let the bank know, what they think is worth. And that's good. That's in stone for the next 90 days. Next 90 days. So if you're not there to influence that BPO, well, you will not get the numbers because they getting, man, 50. It's ridiculous what they paying too. Because I still talk to a lot of agents. Man, they paying these people $50 to do a BPO.
Today, that's
and
gas
it's
money.
A lot of work.
That's gas money.
The average agent said it take 3 hours to put it all together. You got to drive to take pictures, and then it take like 2 to 3 hours because it's like an appraisal. You got to input all kind of data. But it's crazy. So think about it. They getting paid $50. You think they give a dang about what this value is? So if you're not there, guess what? They're going to give it the highest value and keep going. It's nothing to them. They don't know the AC is broke. They don't know that the electrical is shot. They don't know how much the repairs cost. So you got to be there with your repair list. Look, boy, call Home Depot. You want the highest quotes you can get. The highest one. The one in the top of Google, call them. You want the highest quotes.
So wait a minute. You said if they don't have an ad at the top of Google, they ain't high enough.
No, they ain't high enough.
You need the mothers paying for that advertising.
Yeah, they gonna come out there with them big trucks. You gotta pay. But yeah, man. So that's how you influence that BPO and get your discount with them short sales. And it's good, like when you got a property that needs a lot of repairs, that's a good thing. But if you got a property that needs a lot of repairs and the market is shaky, you got high and low comps. Oh my God, you got them. Man, you get them, man. We was getting properties 20, 30 cents on the dollar, man. It was ridiculous.
So now when you go meet him, do you bring any comps with you, or you let him do his own research on it, or how do you do that?
We bring a whole package. But they told people they couldn't take them no more.
Oh.
So, but guess what I do? I keep putting in their subconscious mind. Yeah, this house needs 50,000 in repairs, man. I walk with them around the whole house. Yeah, that's broke. Yeah, man, that's 50,000 in repairs. This house needs a lot of work. They keep following around the house, putting it in their mind. Guess what? When they putting that report in, they think about that 50,000 in repair.
They got it locked in.
But if you don't go, oh my God, man, they come back with the highest offer ever.
So something just happened like that, similar with me this last Thursday. I had an appraisal get done. So I bought this house back in 2019, no money down, 0% interest. Wish I didn't want to refinance it, but I guess I have to. So I've been paying it down all this time. So now I owe the seller about 100.
You mean to tell me somebody gave you a house with no money down?
No money down. Interest? 0% interest, no interest. Principal payment only. Every dollar I give them goes toward the principal pay down.
Lord have mercy. Now, why would they do that?
They want out. I give him his purchase price. He out of town. He coming back and forth trying to do little garage sales. I swooped up on him, found him on a for sale by owner sign. Say, I'll take it. I'll take it as is. He's like, well, it need work. It need work. It don't matter. I'll take it as is.
As is.
I give him his price, $139,000 what I bought it for. Been paying him for the last few years. Now I'm down to like 106, something like that is what I owe him. And so I had a 7-year balloon on it. So I'm eventually have to cash it out either way. So I went on and got I'm doing a cash out refinance on the house. And so I had an appraiser go out, which cost me $750. I'm like, what the hell? These people getting paid for breathing. Paid him $750 to come out and do an appraisal. He came out, looked at the property. He walked through. I walked through with him, just like you just got through saying, everywhere. He's looking all over, doing his measurements, taking pictures. He did a lot of stuff, and I didn't believe that they did that much, but he did quite a bit of stuff like you were talking about there a second ago. So lo and behold, he came back, and I got my email today. Like I said, I owe 106. I got no money in this house, and I've had 2 sets of tenant buyers in this house, by the way. The first one gave me $8,000 down, lived there for 18 months, moved out. The second one gave me $8,000 down. He's been living there for the last, 2 years or so.
So you mean to tell me this house that you got with no money down?
No money.
Principal payments only. I love those two. You made $16,000 down payments.
Plus the cash flow each and every month while we wait.
How much you cash flow a month off them?
So the payment was $750 a month, and I have somebody in there for $1,350.
Oh Lord, that's the American way.
But how many do you need of those before you're out of a job?
Man, that's why it's so important to ask the right questions. We go back to that. That's number 2. Ask more powerful questions. Mr.
100%.
Seller, we usually do these deals with no money down. Let's go.
No money down, 0% interest. So I bought the house. I put a tenant buyer in. They moved out. Put another tenant buyer in. Got another non-refundable. They still live in there. But now I've been paying it down for the last, 3 years or so. What is it? 4 years almost? 2019, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is. Been paying it down. So I owe 106 now. My appraisal just came back today. How much you think it came back for, Eddie?
How many bedrooms?
3-bedroom. Is it 1 bath? 3-1. It's a 3-1.
Probably about 200.
2.25.
Whoa.
225. And I can cash out up to 80% of that, which would be about 180,000.
Shit.
And then we just got to pay that 106. But here's the kicker, Eddie. I know you like these creative deals. You know about the deal after the deal.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna call up. And I already told the guy I bought it from that I'm coming into some money here soon. I'm gonna try to pay you off. So I want to know how much I owe you. He told me that 106, but I want to get him down about 96. So if I can get you that 96 now, you don't have to wait these 2 more years. Would you take that as payment in full? All he can say is yes or no.
Yep.
He said yes. I just shaved off an extra $10,000 all from asking a question. That's the power of asking questions.
Only thing they could do, guys, say yes or no.
Don't let it hurt. He's gonna say yes. He wants the money because in his mind he already spent it.
I could get 96 now. He gonna go.
I give you 96 now and pay you off in full. And I'm paying it off with that loan. And then that 96, the difference between that and the 180, minus the junk fees and all that, guess where that goes?
Hip Pocket National Bank.
Hip Pocket National Bank, baby. And it's tax-free. Tax-free income. Come on now. That's real estate and people doing jobs. Come on, y'all. Get in this real estate game. Drop out of school and go learn real estate.
But you got to learn all the transactions now. You got to be transaction engineers. You can't be a one trick pony. You're going to be starving like Marvin.
And I got another house similar to that I want to cash out too. Got a bunch of equity, over 100,000 in equity in that one. I think that one worth probably 250, and I only owe 85 on that one.
Man,
I don't owe anything. I'm sorry. The house we took over subject to, the loan balance is 85. I don't owe a dime on it. We paying that loan.
Look at that, man. I would say take out as much cash as possible because The market is going down slowly. Now, they really working it good. Because I thought it was gonna drop down faster than how it's doing now. It seems like they slowly releasing. Because you know they control this market anyway.
Yeah.
They slowly letting the foreclosures come out. Because most of them forbearance got to come due now. Man, most of the people who got those guys, who got those loan forbearance or where the bank just said, okay, you ain't got to make payments for a year. Most of them never start back paying. They got used to getting that money for free a whole year. Oh, Lord. They like, no, I could just keep on cash flowing.
Chilling.
I could keep cash flowing.
Chilling like a villain.
So let me see. We got on this is what I got, Chris. 10 tips for a successful real estate investment. Ask more powerful questions.
Yes.
Good connections.
Network. Yes.
Make it a win-win situation where you winning and the seller winning, not one-sided.
Most definitely. Because you know why? And I got to stop there for 1 second. That seller you help, they got family members with real estate problems. They know people with real estate problems in their church, in their community, other people that they could bring to you. Hey, Chris, help me out. Go see him. He knows all about real estate. Come on now.
Bingo.
That's building your network.
Man, that's a good thing too, guys. If y'all got influences in churches, hook up with people and let them know what you do, man. A person may have a house problem right now, and you sitting right next to them. They don't know nothing about you buy houses. You see how Chris got that marketing on? I buy houses. So you know what time it is. And people will walk up to you with deals. Gotta have some kind of marketing on, y'all. Let people know what you do. Them car magnets still work too on your car.
100%
I had a vehicle wrap, a truck wrap one time. As soon as I got that truck wrap, man, I was riding around. People were calling like crazy. That's a moving billboard. It was a pickup truck. I had to put them shoes on there now. I had some shoes on. They were looking good. I wrapped it. People were calling like crazy. Oh, we got Sharice on here now. That's my student Sharice with that deal, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Sharice, you missed it. You got to rewind back about 5 minutes. No, 10 minutes. But that deal right now, we got to get on another three-way call, Sharice, with that guy. Because he wants a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He wants a lot of stuff. He wants his cake.
And lo and behold, I go see him. I live about 8 minutes from him. I live almost in the same area. So I can walk to his house.
Whoa. So he really real close. He know the area.
Yeah.
He want his cake and eat it too and get a massage and a foot rub.
He just get a slice of pie. He need to chill out.
Yeah. So yeah. We gotta have what they say, coming to Jesus moment.
Or something.
Tighten them up.
Asking for a lot.
Let me see if we got any questions. Any questions, put it in the chat.
Dabachi. What up?
Dabachi, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. God bless you. Hey, look what he said. He was laughing when we were talking about the guy with that deal, that subject 2 deal up there. He said, and he want room service.
He want everything.
Jerome said 100% true. Hey, man. Some of these sellers, man, they crazy. It's a lady I talked to now. She's in pre-foreclosure. Beautiful house, man. It's worth like $1 million. She talking about I want 5 for it. I'm like, come on, woman. You about the list. You're going to be on the steps next week. It's still on the list now. I got to follow up with her. She want 5 million. Come on. Some people will let it go and don't get nothing. That's what I can't understand. You can't weigh all your options. You just got to let your house foreclose. You get 0.
I had a dude tell me they're going to have to drag my dead body out this house. I never sell.
Oh, they don't mind.
Dead body.
Tell them they do not mind. He said, how long is his employment history to qualify for a loan modification? I'm not sure about that. The long as they're employee, man, they don't even have to be living in the house though. I see sellers get loan modification, they out of town. They just say they're gonna rent the properties out. What kind of modification you got for that? It's just about calling in, man. Get authorization and see what you can find out. They always got some program going. People don't realize that the banks do not want them houses back. They want residual income. If they can strike another deal with you, they're gonna strike it. The majority of the time, unless you just keep failing on the modification back to back, back to back, there's abusing the system now. But
Repeat
usually, man,
offenders.
you're a repeated offender, they're gonna whack you. They will run, say they're gonna whack you.
Yeah, and that's important what you said too with that. You know, when it comes to these people, when I'm talking to them, it's 2 documents I'm getting signed the first day I go meet them. That purchase and sales agreement and that authorization to release information or that third-party bank letter. I want to talk to the bank to see what's going on because you know that seller might be telling you one thing, you talk to the bank, it's something totally different. Haven't you seen cases like that as well?
Man, all the time. All the time. They don't know, y'all. They're not keeping up with that stuff. Honestly, they just guessing. So if you're doing any subject tools, you want authorization off the jump. You want to get a payoff, and if they're behind on their mortgage payments, you want to get a payoff and a reinstatement figures, reinstatement quotes to see what it is to bring the loan current. Because these freaking attorneys and these banks put on extra fees. So by
Jump
the
fee.
time you get it, man, they jack it up.
They'd be like, damn, the loan 125 and your fee 75. How you do that?
75,000.
That's called a scam.
Straight scam, man. They get away with it. That's the crazy part about it. They get away with it for years, centuries, damn near. Let me see. Brown, y'all do property in Louisiana? Yes, sir. Louisiana. We do properties everywhere. Everywhere. You got something, send it in to us. Info at Mr. Transaction Engineer. Info at MrTransactionEngineer.com. Also, look in the description, y'all. I got free giveaways subject to. Download your subject to contract, your deal evaluation blueprint. That just to show you when the deal come in, how to break it down like a transaction engineer. That's in there. Also, I got a wholesaling land master class coming up next week, next Tuesday. So get on. That's wholesaling without even going to a property. Chris, I got a student done 30 deals last year. Shout out to LaShonda, 30 land deals. She's up there in KC.
Oh wow, okay, right up the street.
But all the deals she's doing is in Florida. She never been to the properties. Never.
I just talked to a young lady right before getting on here. She been doing deals here in St. Louis and other places in the United States. She ain't even in the United States.
Shit.
She in Israel. I said, what? You ain't even in St. Louis? Oh my gosh.
Y'all see that?
That's crazy.
It's
What's
all
our
about
excuse?
that mindset. You think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. Keeping it real estate, baby.
That's right.
Show them one more
Loopy
time,
G.
Chris. Show them one more time. They don't believe it.
What? Keeping the real estate?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Keeping it real estate.
That's right.
We keep it 1,000 on this show, man. Any questions, put it in the chat. What's going on, Loopy G? And my boy Loopy in Texas killing it.
H-time.
Texas. What Kendall said. Let's see what Kendall got to say. How would you handle the insurance on these subject twos? How would you handle the insurance on these subject twos?
Yeah, we just put a house under contract yesterday where I had to basically explain this to the seller that we're going to get a brand new insurance policy. We're going to name them, the seller, as an additional insured. We're also going to put their loan or their mortgage company on as the mortgagee as well. So we'll have insurance for the bank to make sure they're covered in the case of a house fire, tornado, whatever. And we're going to have that seller on as an additional insured. They have to be named the same way their name is on their loan is the same way that name is going to be as an additional insured on that brand new insurance policy. Once that's in place, we have them, they can cancel theirs because if they're not going to pay for one of them anyway. Plus they don't own the house anymore anyway.
Right. You want to get your own insurance on these properties. That was a golden nugget. Rewind this video, y'all. We dropped a lot of game on this one. A lot. We got over 20 some years experience together. We put a lot of game on this knowledge info on this, y'all. So hit a rewind And listen again. You know it turns up.
Turn up, turn up, turn up.
Sharice, you got to go back. That's Sharice right there. Sharice, we need to do a call. When you free, Chris?
Right after this.
It's 9:52.
If that guy got an auction day come up, we got to move like yesterday. I don't want to wait too long.
Well, he don't have an auction date yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I still like to get them on, figured out what they're going to do and get them locked in or whatever they're going to do. If not, you know, no biggie.
Yeah, guys, don't be slow on these deals either.
You can't play around because you got sharks in the water.
You got to strike. Because guess what? If you moving slow, somebody going to be moving faster than you and going to get the deal every single time. Don't procrastinate. Get it on contract as soon as possible. As soon as you get all the numbers. I put it on the contract before I get the numbers. But I put in my contract, if these are all based on the figures that you said, but it will adjust if these numbers are not correct.
That's right.
But we striking like, well, we
locking them down, baby. Don't let them move on too quick because, you know, they'll forget about you tomorrow. Somebody else coming, knock on their door.
It's a done daughter. Shay Cuts. Thank you, Shay. She said great info.
Matter of fact, she the one made this shirt here. Shay Cuts. She the one made
Shay,
this
how
shirt.
you doing, Shay? Shay, can I get some shirts?
Uh-oh.
Can Mr. Transaction Engineer get some shirts?
Uh-oh.
I got one real estate shirt. I gotta get me some more of them, man.
What is it? ShayCuts.com? I don't know. We'll see.
Wu-Tang.
What up,
Chris?
Wu-Tang? We back. 2023, baby.
23, we turning up. Cash Flow Monroe, what's up, baby?
What up,
John Lewis, my boy John. John making them deals pop too. Okay, we got another question. How would you, let me pull this one up. How would you go about a pre-foreclosure as in making contact with the seller, such as calling, mail, or text?
All of the above. Any means necessary. Mr. Seller, what's going on? What are you going to do about this sale? We got to get some type of way to reach them, whether that's calling, texting, mail, knocking on the door. We got to get some kind of response because a lot of people don't answer the phone. Have you come across that too, Eddie?
Heck yeah. They get a million texts. They on a pre-foreclosure list. Guess what, y'all? If you on any kind of list, people marketing to you.
Yeah.
Man, they're sending them so much mail that it's crazy. Like the sellers that I get, they were like, man, I'd be glad when this stuff stops. People are knocking, especially in high areas. We had this lady, she like, I'm scared to go to my car. People are waiting outside. People are knocking on my door. Like people are going crazy, man.
They said, let me help you bring your groceries in.
Man, come here, hold up, man.
Who the hell is this? Help me bring my groceries in trying to buy my house. No.
By the way, you want to sell my business card.
Exactly.
Hey, man, so they getting aggressive, man. You want to be aggressive, but not over aggressive.
Yeah.
So you want to text. I like the text message first because it's cheap, 6-7 cents. So you want to text, you want to do a ringless voice message, RVM. You could do a voice broadcasting. That's different. We just do text, RVM, emails, and mailing. In Georgia, I'm in Georgia, so also know what type of state you're in. See, Georgia is non-judicial, which means the bank do not have to take you to court in order to foreclose. They send you after 90 days, they send you a notice of default, and then 30 days later, 30 days later, your ass is grass. They foreclose.
When is the shortest time you've ever been able to stop a foreclosure when a person comes to you? What's the shortest amount of time you've been able to stop that sale?
Excuse me, though. Like a minute. I would say about 2 or 3 days before the foreclosure.
What if I told you, Eddie, I got slick last month and I stopped the sale 30 minutes before the damn auction?
What?
30 minutes. The auction was at 2 o'clock. I sent the bank wire like 1 o'clock. So by the time they did all their computerism and got the money, they had it. We stopped that sale. I wired that
Man, you were
18
quick.
grand over to the bank, stop that sale.
I would say now we done it the next day.
Mm.
We count our payments. The sale date is in Georgia the first Tuesday every month. So we got to stop on a Monday. But I never was that close, man. We got to start like within 24 hours.
Yeah, that's what the bank was saying too. Everybody was saying that. But I'm like,
Man,
hey, the wire's over. Because we sent the wire. We called the bank. Hey, did you get it? Hey, did you get it? Did you get it? Oh, we don't see anything yet. Hey, we sent it. Hey, we sent it. Shoot,
yeah,
about
you
an
called me.
hour later.
We talked
Hour-
about that one.
An hour later, I looked on the thing, logged into her portal, reinstated.
Woo! Scheme.
But see,
it's a
here's the
lot of
kicker with
stress.
that though. See, it was a catch to that too. I found out later that I just learned in Missouri. This is a nugget for y'all in this state, in the show me state. So say if a house is going to auction, right? Say it's going to auction tomorrow. It's going to auction 9 a.m. sharp. It goes to auction and the bank buys it back, or the bank gets it back, and not an investor. You can reinstate those loans still. Did you know that? If the bank gets it, you still can reinstate that loan. Now that's a nugget.
We've been dropping nuggets on her all night. Y'all better rewind this. Because we've been giving some golden nuggets. Like we had to learn this through trial and error, some of this stuff. Some of it we learned through mentors, but some of it trial and error on the go. But
Blood, sweat, and tears.
If you're scared to go, you're never gonna, and you can't be scared to make mistakes. Shit happens. So what? Go anyway. And just learn in the process. But you want to get some kind of learning first. YouTube, it only gets you so far. So you got to come get some coaching from me or my boy Chris, and we'll help boss you up a little bit, step your real estate game up so you don't make a lot of mistakes. Let me see. We got a question. Who in St. Louis do you use to close and run title? Investor-friendly attorney.
Good question, Miss Sharice. So yes, we've been through many title companies, probably about 14 of them. So I know them all, but my favorite is Vision Title. Vision, like I can see you. Jenny over at Vision Title.
We see you. Hey, Vision. So y'all got title companies.
We got title companies here, yeah.
So y'all,
I do have a real estate attorney as well, but we use title companies here.
Y'all use title companies up there.
Mm-hmm.
And so down here in Georgia, y'all, we use lawyers, attorneys. So you got to check check out your state and find out what's going on. But you can pretty much go on Google and type that in, investor-friendly attorney in Atlanta, Georgia.
100%.
You'll get that information out.
You definitely need investor friendly, because some of these people, they say that's illegal. I'm like, come on, man. Why would we be doing something that's illegal? Never.
And if it's so illegal, why does it say subject to on the HUD, on the settlement statement? Now, guys, please do this. If one of them stupid attorneys tell you that, and I do mean stupid, because if an attorney, I want to slap. One of them messed up a subject to, man. He was good with wholesaling, right? So I thought he was good with subject to. I didn't even ask him. I got a probate deal. The guy dead. He don't care who owns the house at this point. So his son want to sell the house. It's going to foreclosure. I called the attorney on the three-way. I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna close them out. We're gonna close them out.
You was licking your chops.
But I was like this. But I had like 80,000 in equity. I was like, ooh, he only wanted 10. I was like, oh Lord.
You were rubbing your hand together like Birdman.
Like Bird.
Man,
we called us a three-way Chris. This guy said, I hate subject to. I'll be glad when they get rid of that stuff. The bank's gonna come down on that stuff one day. I was like, what? Hold up, man. You said the wrong thing right there.
Man, I had a title company. I'm not gonna say their name on this broadcast, but I will never use them again. I had a deal, a real raggedy house down in South St. Louis. Real raggedy, like a house you look in, like, man, I don't even really want to walk in there. That floor might fall in. Real messed up, right? The basement coming out all jacked up. So I put it under contract. It was cheap, like $3,000, just giving it away type stuff, right? I ended up finding a buyer to come get it. He wanted it. I had to go back renegotiate and get the seller down to 2,000 so I can make sure I made some money on it. So everything went good, right? We get to title. The title company he suggested, the buyer. Oh, I want to go to this company. I want to go to this company. I'm like, what? All right, we'll go check them out. Why did they have my seller and my buyer in the same room talking to each other?
Whoa.
And found out, so this house was real bad, like I said, right? The house, my seller told the buyer that, oh yeah, I took that motorcycle out of the garage because it was a hoarder house. It was full of stuff. I mean, stacked up. He had like 15 guns in that house too, but that's another story. So the guns was more valuable than the house. I should have kept that house, but I didn't really want to go in there. It was so bad. I was like, forget this house. I'm just gonna flip it, flip the paper, keep it moving. But the title company had my seller and my buyer in the same room. I said, God dang it. And y'all supposed to be investor friendly. They was at the RIA meeting like they was investor friendly.
Dang.
No, you're not.
Blew it. Did the deal go through?
It went through, but my buyer was looking at me like, come on, man, you got to hook me up, man. He took a motorcycle out there. I was supposed to take the house as is. Don't take nothing out of it. Because that was the deal. As is, don't take nothing out. But the seller went in there, oh, y'all got the motorcycle out the garage. What? That's supposed to stay in there. As is.
Oh, I'm going to write that down for one of the top 10 tips for a successful real estate investment. A good real estate attorney that knows what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wait till the last minute. Interview somebody now. I'm telling you, man. I could not believe that guy said that, Chris. Man, he did wholesale transaction, man. I was working with him for like 2 years. I got attorneys that close subject too, but I'm like, shoot, my boy been rolling so good. Let me keep blessing him.
Keep eating. Let him eat. Yeah,
let
right.
him eat like a fat rat. Man, this guy blew it. I can't stay subject to. I was like, whoa. Man, the guy wouldn't even pick up the phone no more.
Crazy.
Blew it. Sharice says she's ready after this. We'll jump on a quick call, Sharice. Me, you, and Chris.
Okay.
Wu-Tang said, thanks, Chris.
For sure.
Are any of y'all, he said, are any of y'all doing SEO? Man, we get so many deals from text messages and Ringler's voice message and mail. And I mean, now people are hitting. Don't get me wrong on SEO. You got a good ad, you can get some leads. But we just still doing the regular stuff that easy to do that costs a couple of cents to do. Text message is free, 6 to 7 cents, and we get about an 8 to 10% response rate. What you getting, Chris?
Yeah, we're getting about the same. Everybody, we drip on people, and from what I've seen, we got to hit them 7, 8 times before they write back.
Yep.
I'm like, God damn. So we hit them with a voicemail and a text. Boom, boom, right back to back. Yeah, I just tried to call you on a text, but it was just a Ringler's voicemail. We said we just tried to call you about your house. Then we hit them the next day, and then we hit them the next day, and then we hit them and then hit them and then hit them and then hit them, depending on the campaign. And I look back, I be like, damn, I had to hit this dude 7, 8 times for him to respond, 2 voicemails and 6 texts just to write back. Yeah, how much you offer? Damn, dude, I've been hitting you for 3 weeks.
I tell you 3 weeks ago.
I forgot you was in the system. But that's the power of having a good system that's doing the automatic marketing for you.
I got a question. In STL, non-judicial. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I was getting into that. So check with your state. You can go on Google and see if you're judicial or non-judicial. So judicial means they got to take you to. Non-judicial means they don't have to take you to court. They send you what's called a notice of default, then they foreclose 30 or 60 days later. Check with your state. Every state varies. Judicial means they got to take you to court. You got a trustee involved. And if you got a contract most of the time, the seller got a contract most of the time, they'll stop the sale. Y'all judicious, Chris, or non-judicial?
Non-judicial. We got a 21-day notice. 21-day or more notice in a legal newspaper. They taking you to the courthouse steps, baby.
So Razor said, why your sale date so long?
Yeah, I don't know why he say that, because like I said, it's a 21-day notice or notice of default after it hits the public newspaper. So it's not a long day. It's 21 days.
Oh, it's like Georgia. Well, Georgia 30, but by the time it hit the newspaper, it's 21 days. So I would say 21 days.
Because once they hit that, everybody on them. I want to get them before that.
They get aggressive. Now we used to have a good plug with the what was that? The pre notice of the fault.
Mm-hmm.
But man, his leads weren't hitting on nothing. I think we got finessed.
Well, it only lasts for so long anyway, no matter what you do, it feel like.
Let me see what Jerome. What's up, brother? No, they don't. The sheriff has no issues putting you and your stuff on the streets in Georgia. They sure don't. They will put your butt out of here. We got another one. How are you finding your contractors in St. Louis?
With a good prayer. Yeah, well, that's right there is one of the hardest things I would say in real estate. Really getting some good contractors that ain't gonna con you. Contractors. Yeah, you got to get, find somebody who's doing work and actually go check on the job they're doing. Who's actually doing contracting work right now? Who's actually out here in the field doing the work? Pop up on the job site, talk to them.
And never give a contractor all the money up front, y'all. Never, ever, 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 ever.
They going shopping with your money, or they gonna rob Peter to pay Paul. They gonna pay the last person that they owe, and then come back and take slow moving on your stuff.
They gonna tell them about your job's supposed to be done in 2 days. They took about 2 weeks. Do not give them all the money up front. I like to buy the material. You get started, then I break you off once you done a little work. I don't like, man. I'm telling you, boy, they
never let them get ahead of the money.
And I'm gonna tell you what we found some at. Thumbtack. Damn, on my phone. Now I had to go through 2 or 3 of them on this one. It's an app, y'all. Oh, damn. But if y'all somewhere where this app work called Thumbtack, man, they had some people on there. And go on Google too and find reviews. If you're in that area, ride around, man, and see who working. Then I want to see some pictures, and then follow your intuition, man. I mean, you feel some kind of nudge or something. If somebody just keep bugging you about the money, man, I just need to draw right now. I need to draw. You'll feel something, man. Mm-hmm. We haven't been trained to follow our intuition, but that's our inner God talking to us. Be careful. Them jokers slick as oil. slicker than a Jerry curl in the 80s.
Damn. Slicker than the back of a wet well.
Wu-Tay said we dropping them jails. Thank you, Wu-Tay.
So make sure y'all smashing a like and share this video out to your peeps. Like this video, share it out.
Forward this video to some people that can be blessed, man. Take them to the next level. Are you successfully doing subject twos in West County and St. Charles County?
You can do subject to anywhere. Yeah, I got one out in Baldwin, but yeah, West County. They don't come up. I wouldn't say they don't come up. It just we haven't successfully got them to the closing table. You know how that go. It's a little tricky out there. Those people act a little different, if you know what I mean. They want it. You think that other guy we was talking about earlier want everything? They want everything and then some more.
Oh my God. We met a lady like that. One of the students, Dave. Shout out to Dave Alto. Man, Dave, he brought a deal. This lady $100,000 behind, bro. $50,000 in equity, and guess what she wants?
$150,000.
$50,000, all her equity up front.
Not happening.
And the house need probably $50,000 in repair. We said, okay, we'll talk to you later.
Not happening.
Not in this lifetime.
They asking for everything.
The bocce. The insurance is done the same day of close or 30 days after.
Great question. So what we do is, when we got a house under contract like we just did yesterday, we go ahead and get our insurance set up for the day of closing. We could tell them what day to set it up for. They can set it up for today, or they can set it up for 10 days from today. We just tell them what day we want it to start. Real easy.
Right.
But we do want to have insurance on the property once we take ownership, because lightning may strike, or you may have a house fire like I did. I had 2 house fires last year. Can you believe that? 2.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Whoa, what you do?
Cash out. The only thing I found out is you never got enough insurance on these properties. Never do. I didn't have enough. I mean, they paid it, but I wish they could have paid a little more, basically.
That's why you want to try to get them jokers up high as possible when they go out there. If you're able to. Most of them are try to give down here, they try to give you a higher policy because they want that money.
It paid off the loan, but still, you know, it's like, damn, we could have made a big fat check. Boy, if I'd have had some more insurance, but you know how that go. You live and you learn.
Well, that's it, brother Chris, man. Thank you so much. We done put in an hour in of work. Man, hold on. Man, we gotta
putting in that work, man.
We gave y'all a lot of nuggets. I don't know. Let me hit these 5 I wrote, Chris. We missing 5 more.
So what's the 5 you got?
Make it a win-win situation for you and the seller.
Okay. And these are 10 tips for a successful real estate investor, right?
10 tips for a successful real estate investment.
Okay.
Make it a win-win situation for you and the seller.
Right.
Ask more powerful questions. Connections in this business is good. You got to have some good connections. I would say a good real estate deal investment is if you can make your money back at least within 2 years. I like to make my money back within a year, but at least you make it back in 2 years. Whatever you put in, you make it back. That's a win.
I've been spoiled getting a lot of mine back at closing. I close it and close right with the next person right there.
Man, I like to get mine back ASAP.
I'll be cheating.
Cheat code.
Hacking.
Have a good attorney. That's 6. That's 5. What's another? We got 6. We got 5 more.
Keep the marketing going. Never stop marketing. If they don't know you, they can't flow you. Got to get that people out there to let them know you are here in existence. They got to know you exist. Make some noise. Somebody in your orbit, in your circle, in your cell phone. I'm going to make bold claims. Somebody in your phone right now got a real estate problem.
Yeah, right now. They got an inherited property they just got. Probate deal. Probate deals, I love those. They take a little time, but they're sweet when you get them. And most of the time, the people don't care what's they worth. They just want to check. They don't know nothing about real estate. They want to get rid of this property. It's a problem. Don't let it have a mortgage. They really trying to get rid of it.
They scared now.
Or if it's tore up or raggedy or ran down, they like, look, man, get this piece of crap. I'm tired of making insurance payments on it. Tired of paying the taxes. Please come get it.
Mm-hmm.
So good attorney, keep the marketing going. Make sure you get a home inspection. Get a home inspection. If you're new to real estate, you don't know how to check out the stuff yourself. Get a home inspection. I'm gonna tell you some crazy stuff, a real quick story. Now, I didn't listen to my wife. She told me to get a home inspection on this house. I didn't listen, but it still worked out good. Now, the damn house needed way more than I thought because I didn't get one. And the house was a trailer.
Oh, man. How they messed that one up?
It was a trailer, but, man, they added about 1,600 square feet to it.
Damn.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know it was a trailer.
Quadruple wide.
Yeah. But it worked out good, man. We got it for about, took it over subject to for 70, put another 70 or 80 in it. Shoot, man, we got a contract for 368 on it. So, but boy, it was hell on that rehab dealing with them contractors. Them contractors.
Because they sure are gonna get you.
Man,
don't worry about it. They'll find a way to get that money out of you.
Man, we had to go through so many. My main contract I had to fire, man, because he was trying to get me on some work. I'm like, golly, man, I've been dealing with you 10 years and this is what you want. Well, be careful, y'all.
You can't win them all.
So that's another good one. Find you a good contractor.
That's true.
And you may have to go through a couple.
What about the power of having a good real estate agent? Does a real estate agent give you any value in this business?
Oh, yes. An investor-friendly real estate agent is like heaven, y'all. Investor-friendly real estate agent. is heaven. Guess what?
Definitely.
They're gonna search the internet for you. They're gonna pull the motivated sellers, the expired listings. You could pull motivated sellers off there, withdrawn listings. Man, they could even down here in Georgia, they could pull up the loan balance and see if they refinanced or anything within the last, well, however long you done had the mortgage.
Wow.
Man, it's priceless. It's priceless. But make sure you take care of them. Make sure you break them off. Let them list your property. Don't just be getting, and don't
Don't
want
be
to
a
give.
bloodsucker.
Yeah, don't be a freaking leech. Make sure you break them off. Let them list some of your property so everybody can eat. That's very important.
Thousand
Oh my
percent.
God. That's 9. We got one more, Chris.
Did we say have a good coach, or was that something you just mentioned earlier? Was
No,
that
we
one
gotta
of them?
put it on there. Have a good coach.
Coach, mentor, advisor, a good team around you. Real estate is a team sport. You should not be going into this stuff by yourself naked. Get some people on your team and live that American dream.
Team sport. Team sport. So I'm gonna hit these 10, y'all, and we are out of here for the night. Thank you so much, too, Chris.
No problem.
I'm gonna hit these 10. 10 tips for a successful real estate investor and investment. Make it a win-win situation, number 1. Number 2, ask more powerful questions. Number 3, make good connections inside this business because you will need people. It's important. Number 4, a good investment is when you can make your money back within a year. I don't like 2 years. This is old stuff. When you can make it back within a year, I like mine in a couple of months. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. But if you can make it back in a year, it's a good investment. Number 5, have a good attorney, good real estate investor friendly attorney, and make sure they specialize with whatever area you're working in. Because like I said, not every real estate attorney does wholesaling, does subject twos, does lease options, short sales, and etc. So find out what your attorney specializes in.
You
You
might
got
have to
something,
have
Chris?
multiple, right?
What you say, Chris?
You may have to have multiple attorneys.
Correct. Multiple attorneys. And you want to have multiple attorneys. I learned that anyway because somebody may not be available that week to close.
Mm-hmm.
They may not be available that week to close. And you got to go somewhere else. So I like to have multiple attorneys. That way, if Bill can't close, my girl Nancy can close.
That's right.
And then, like I told you about earlier, how one of my wholesaling attorneys screwed up a subject to deal. Man, make sure you ask these attorneys what they know how to do. Because attorneys, man, if they don't specialize in that area, they always say, "Oh, it's illegal." Or title company. You can have one of either or. Some states got both.
Yeah, we got title companies here that will not do subject to at all. No, hell no, we ain't doing it.
It's so crazy. And it's on the settlement statement.
Just
That's
don't do
what's
it.
so crazy. The settlement statement, y'all, is a what you get at closing when you're buying or selling the house.
Yeah, they call them a hood, but here in St. Louis, they call them an Alta.
Yeah,
ALTA, Alta.
Alta.
But everybody consensus calls it a hood, a housing urban development statement. That's the
Number
tricky thing
6.
with real estate. Everything got 2 and 3 names. Like
I know,
some
right?
states have mortgages. Then here we have deeds of trust. We don't have mortgages in Missouri. We have deeds of trust. Everything gets kind of tricky, when you got to have multiple words to say the same thing, like
Right.
a contract for deed, bond for deed, all these different things. They're the same thing, but different words in different states. That's crazy, ain't it?
I mean the same stuff. So you
Same crap.
you got to know your language.
It's like speaking
You gotta
another
know
language.
real estate terminology.
Matter of fact, that's what I got some flashcards coming out too, Eddie. I'm gonna let you know. Some
Oh,
real
let me
estate
know.
flashcards so they can learn those words and terminology.
Wow, I like that idea, Chris. You can put those on Amazon and everything.
Oh yeah, I've been selling on Amazon since 2015.
Woo! That's another hustle. Multiple income streams, y'all.
Woo! If you
No,
don't learn to make money in your sleep, you will work until you die.
till you die. Keep marketing. Keep your marketing going. Do not stop. Unless you get, if they tell you that, look, stop texting me. Stop or F off. But you can mail them. Number 7, get a home inspection. Make sure you get a home inspection when you buying a property subject to. When you're wholesaling, it doesn't matter. Anybody gonna do it. When you doing a creative financing deal, if you're new to this business, especially, you don't know how to go and check out the main components of the property, get a home inspection. It'll save you a lot of money. And if it's a lot of stuff found, you can go back and renegotiate. Damn, what's this? Number 9, investor-friendly attorney. Get an investor-friendly, not attorney, I'm sorry, investor-friendly agent.
Realtor. Or do my guy Chris say realtor? He say, don't say realtor. Yeah, he's gonna want to slit his own throat.
Hey, he the one showing me how to try to say it correctly. Realtor.
Realtor.
Because when you say it, realtor, that's wrong.
You know it.
Number 10, have a good coach or mentor, baby.
Ding. That's the golden jewel right there.
Are you coaching now, Chris, or what?
Yeah, I'm taking students on. We'll be opening it back up here in the next few weeks. So we are going to be onboarding a new set of students here soon. And that information can be found at wokerealestate.com.
Wokerealestate.com, baby.
You know what woke stand for, Eddie?
What?
Wholesaling opportunities, keeping equity.
Whoa. I like that.
Stay woke or wind up broke.
Yes, sir. I was wondering what that meant.
See, everything's got a meaning, and sometimes it has a meaning behind the meaning.
Yes, sir. All the time.
You know it. So
we coaching too, TE Academy family out there. You know we got you. We've been coached for a couple years now. Visit us at Mr. Transaction Engineer, but it's appointment only because we got to pre-screen you and talk to you and make sure we're a good fit. We don't deal with everybody. I'm gonna keep it 1 trillion. We do not deal with everybody. It's coaching only. So you can email us at info@mrtransactionengineer.com, and you can follow me on all platforms. Mr. Transaction Engineer. Mr. Transaction Engineer. I'm sorry. IG. What's the other thing? TikTok, Facebook, man, YouTube. Whatever the next one come out next week.
Now let me ask you this before we get out of here. What to you makes a good student that you would want to coach?
A student that's a student, number one, they don't got all the answers. They come to you because you don't walk the walk and talk the talk, and you can help them get to where they want to go. And they're willing to learn and eager to learn, and they're focused on what you're training them, not going through every other trainer.
Right.
Hey, me the coach, how you gonna listen to 4 more people? Now you're confused and you're not gonna get anything accomplished. And when you gotta coach, you gotta keep listening to the stuff. Like we got a lot of training products on subject to wholesaling and all that stuff, but you got to keep listening. Repetition is the key, man. How many times we listen to our mentor stuff and going back in the manuals and stuff? Man, I got some old books from 2004, 5, 6. Man, right now in front of me when I first started, I pull them out sometime and get a refreshing.
That's right.
And another one, I like what Sharif said, and they are an action taker.
Boom.
Oh my God. Hallelujah.
What good is all that? What good is all the education if you never take no action?
It's called a waste of time.
Don't do that.
A waste of time. Man, the student that really listen and put it at work, don't make excuses. Don't try it your way. I like how Ron said we like to as men, we like to reinvent the wheel. We want to try to, man, I wasn't like, well, I got like that a couple of times, but when I first started, man, I'm listening to these people and doing what they say do. Now, once I learned the stuff, I put a little my sauce in there and stuff like that. But until I got it, Until I got that type of transaction or deal done, I follow the freaking directions.
Follow the blueprint.
Yeah, it's like somebody give you a dresser to put together with the direction. You're just not gonna read it. You're just gonna try to put it together. Take 30 minutes to put it together. Try this screw, it don't work. Try this screw, it don't work. Man, pick up the direction. Pick up the blueprint. Follow the blueprint. Put your freaking ego down
Mm.
and get paid. And then go do it your way.
Get the money, man.
Then go do
100%.
it your way. In it, go what you say, Chris?
I agree 100%. That's the name of the game. We got to make it happen like a captain.
Any last words you want to tell to the people out there, these future transaction engineers?
Watch this video again. Take notes. Take action on the things that you hear in the video. And if that's not good enough, go ahead and get my guy up here. Get the training. Actually learn the inner workings, because there's always little gotchas inside of all of this stuff, especially when it comes to creative real estate, when it comes to trying to deal with these contractors. Contractors, they're out here. So yes, it's a game. You know, you got to learn how to play it, because learn from the people who came before you, and you will not step into that boo-boo. Ooh, that's my new rhyme.
That's my wife right there, Chris. She said thank you. She hope to meet you soon.
100%, Miss Raymond. We will see you for sure coming up in 2023. We're gonna make it happen.
Okay. Thank all y'all future transaction engineers. Keep growing, keep going, baby. Never give up, never quit. See you at the top. Peace.